I don't want to fight this orc warrior just yet, not this close. What, Mr. Ostrom? Which... Are you talking about AOAE? Because he's a dickhead. He shows up in Discords and tells horrible lies about me and tries to get me banned from platforms. And he showed up ostensibly to say hi, but I promise you it was not innocent. Yeah, those are two different people. But Mr. Ostrom typos a good bit, so I never muted anybody named Amau. What a wacky altar. What a wacky vault with a freaking lurking horror, which will take half of my HP away. Dude, they're owning me. Gosh. I'm gonna go ahead and take some strength. Could have been an Abyssal Knight. Hell no. I have a teammate who's been trying to win Tengu Abyssal Knight, and he's like, I'm getting tilted, and I'm like, really? You're playing Tengu Abyssal Knight and you're getting tilted? No. It's like one of the worst combos in the game. It's Nemelek's choice is why he was playing it. But anyway, the thing is, when you have these people, these sort of usually self-important white dudes telling you what you can and can't say, they're attracted. I think it's just like a type of person. It doesn't have to be a white person; it could be anybody. But I find it. I guess I just find a lot of humor and irony in the idea of a white dude telling a black dude that that he's being too racist. He's being white supremacist or something. It's funny because it's ridiculous, you know. It's sad if you think about it, but it's funny because it's so crazy, and it's just somebody who's like attracted to the power of being able to say yes or no to what you're allowed to say. Let's identify this dagger. Wow, that's a dagger. Holy shit, that's a +7 dagger. I now regret training all this unarmed combat because this would last us basically all through lair. Oh yeah, Blunks, I've seen that. I'm fucking white. Dude, if I don't stop getting owned by centaurs and even centaur zombies, I'm gonna be very sad. I used my wand to finish that. First of all, let's train some dodging up to 3 at least. Let's train our evocations up to 5 now. I found a shield, and I'm just kind of talking politics instead of playing the game. How about we put that shield on? It's not possible, Vidiot, that's the thing. It's just a dickhead who wants to be able to tell people what to say and what they can't say. And if you offend his tender sensibilities, then, well, he has access to the ban button, therefore, sucks for you, bro, you must be racist. Forget the fact that you're, you know, not even white. Doesn't matter, you must be racist. It's ridiculous. If I was in your shoes, I would have raised the biggest stink about that, because it's just horseshit, dude. Oh yeah, I mean that's the thing that's right. It's guilt by association is the thing. These are, you know, when these communist types, these vindictive petty dickhead types get in power, it's never enough for them to punish one person by silencing them. You would think that would be too far by itself, but that's not all they do is the thing. They erase your name from the book of life, basically, like the PogChamp dude. You know, they had to take his visage away. He never existed. And then you think, okay, is that enough? Are they done? No, they're not done, because then it's, now we have to go now they go after everybody who dared to associate with that person, you know? It doesn't matter if it's patently ridiculous. Like, oh, gee, I'm going to call this black dude racist I'm gonna call this black dude a white supremacist because that fucking makes sense. Like, no, it doesn't make sense. But it doesn't matter to these people because they're projecting is what they're doing. They're looking to, they're looking for an unseen enemy so that they can feel better about themselves. It's people who, oh my god, I gotta be careful with these killer bees. Ruh-roh. Oh yeah, it's like, there was that one dude that was one of the new PogChamp faces who was saying like horrendously racist stuff that was against white people, but apparently the powers that be don't have a problem with it when you say shit that's anti-white, because they think that doesn't count as racism, I guess. But this guy, I mean, I don't have the exact quotes handy, but be careful with what you say in general. Well, I'm never not going to talk shit about Twitch, Amazon, Facebook, Twitter, and if they want to ban me for simply speaking against them, I figure that's an inevitability. I am following their terms of service, but the thing is that, as I've said many times, it doesn't matter if you follow the terms of service. They will find an excuse to ban you. I stay within it. I don't break their terms of service. There are certain topics I just won't touch because you're not allowed to voice certain political opinions on Twitch. Things that are actually pretty mainstream political opinions, if I were to say right now, I'd be shit-canned for life, But, again, terms of service doesn't matter. In general, when it comes to these bans, because they don't even have to justify the bans, they can just kind of do them. Hey, what, 11115, thank you for the follow. Because they can just sort of do them with no accountability, no transparency, no nothing, ultimately, this means that even if you follow the terms of service, which you should, but even if you follow the terms of service, they will find an excuse to shit-can you. If the right blue-haired, oversensitive, thin-skinned pussy sees the thing that you wrote that made them a little bit too butthurt and they have access to the ability to ban you, they will find an excuse. Do you think that the people that work at Twitter, for example, were not chomping at the bit, excited to ban Trump for the last 5 years? I mean, of course they were. Of course they were. People within communities and people abusing power. Sure. Well, a lot of it is just like this sort of activism where they get a giant crowd of people to essentially threaten people's business if they don't kowtow to their demands. So companies like Cloudflare, I don't know if Matthew Prince is a lefty. He probably is. Usually they are if they're in charge of these big West Coast companies. But even if he wasn't, that's the CEO of Cloudflare, even if he wasn't, he would probably still eventually be forced to kowtow to the demands, to bow to the demands of the left, because they would threaten his business. So we're going to make a hashtag and we're going to ruin your business is what they say, basically. That's the implied threat. Sometimes it's an explicit threat. Sneedman? We don't have a Sneedman here. At the end of the day, a lot of it is politics. Politics within communities was the first part of that sentence. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, it's just, I really want to stop giving a shit about politics. I really do. But the problem is that, like, almost every single topic now has a series of minds littered in the conversation to the point where you're basically tiptoeing through this minefield, hopping around on one foot, walking on eggshells, trying to figure out what you are and are not allowed to say. And that's exactly how they like it, I guess. I just wanted to play video games. Why did you make me do this? Running your own hardware. You should, Anani Badger, because if they find out that you're somewhere to the right of Karl Marx, you're going to be disappeared by these people, potentially, in terms of, well, metaphorically speaking. Your business. They will find a way to cancel you. Yeah. No, I mean, it's a matter of time until they just start going after more and more people. Like, first it's like the fringe right, then it's the far right, then it's just like milquetoast right-wing sort of Republican types. That's where we are now, essentially. Trust me, it'll just keep going. We'll get to the point where it's like, I mean, what I want to say actually would get me banned from Twitch, but we'll get to the point where, Jesus, I have such a funny thing lined up that I can't say. You'll have to be a certain type of person to be allowed to have a website. Let me put it that way. Yeah, we do have kids reporting parents. It's that was in 1984. The little spies. We will never need an enchant weapon again. Let's turn that off for pickup. Let's magic map. There is a portal here. What is it? It's a Bailey. Let's just try to make it to the Bailey. Hello, silver javelins. That's kind of cool. I find it funny that Angela Merkel was like, no, it's bad that Twitter banned Trump. And you're like, what? Why is this person standing up for free speech? And then you think about it and you're like, no. They're not standing up for free speech. She just wants the government to have that power. She wants everybody to obey Germany's like wacky fascist speech laws to where they can put you in prison for holding an illegal opinion. Well, it's a little bit tongue-in-cheek, Cassiopeia. You have these sort of champagne socialists, basically, lefties who will say that they're communists. Essentially, they're just sort of generic authoritarians, authoritarian leftists. It's just kind of a shorthand for me because, well, the reason why it's tongue-in-cheek is that I'm not literally talking about Karl Marx. I'm talking about the fact that it's a reference to the fact that the Overton window is always moving leftward, and the window of acceptable things that you're allowed to think, say, and feel is both narrowing and moving to the left as well. So the joke is that eventually, unless you're like a super far leftist, they will find a way to silence you. I wouldn't necessarily take everything I say, especially things like that, totally literally. You'll find that I like to be a little bit cheeky sometimes. Okay, let's go to the Bailey. Which Bailey is this? This is the kobolds like to throw shit at you, Bailey. Okay, we'll be okay with our big boy shield. Have I mentioned that we have a medium shield now? I'm very happy about that. We've been training an awful lot of shields, and I'm okay with that, because that's our only source of defense, really. This Bailey is great if you have 20 AC. Well, we have something better than 20 AC. We have a big fat shield. So while they'll do full-ass damage to me if they hit me, they probably won't. I probably shouldn't be using my Wand of Flame. We should be throwing stuff. Hey, blokes, would you do me a favor and let him into the Discord? I would appreciate that, sir. Anyway, yeah, we can just play boomerang catch with this guy for a little while. He throws boomerangs at me and I throw them right back. I assume his Discord is Vidiot, but an octopode scald. Scalds don't exist anymore, bro. I do find it funny that this is like the 4th game in a row where I found a very big short sword. Hey, wait a minute. Oh, I'm so dumb, you guys. I'm amphibious as hell. I could have just walked over and tabbed him. I completely forgot. I'm like sitting there throwing stuff at him. Oh, I gotta use these resources. No. In fact, I could be the goblin now. Chill out here and throw stuff. He's got a broad axe. What you gonna do now, bro? We have no throwing training. How many hours should we sit here doing this, I wonder? Floating Eye Yaktar Shapeshifter. I don't want to turn him into a shapeshifter, that could go badly. I can use random effects safely, though. Holy shit, it's the Scythe of Curses. He's the king of the hobgoblins. Look at this guy. His name is either king or possibly chief. He's got a plus 13 scythe. Hey Dankest, what's up, man? Oh no, we hasted this guy. How mad is Sigmund right now? Very mad. Okay, I guess I will keep using random effects. Hey, that's a negative energy bolt. I like that. Alright, fine. We'll use big boy resources. There we go. If you read the language entry in LearnDB, it has something very interesting to say about Sigmund. I don't know about all this, though. Thousands of years, we as races and tribes developed multiple strategies of survival, which all proved effective. Well, they proved effective in different environments. Strategies of survival that worked well in Africa probably did not work well in, like, a frozen wasteland, you know? Now that we realize we have common goals, sure, we still can't unite. Are we still too dumb? Personally, I don't think intelligence has a whole lot to do with it. I think that in a state of nature, if you saw a person that looked significantly different than you, then that person was probably coming to attack your tribe. Humanity did not evolve with things like airplanes. We saw the other as dangerous, and I think that no matter how advanced the human race becomes, you cannot take that base instinct out without something on the level of genetic engineering, which, you know, I don't know if you want to fuck around with the human genome with our very limited knowledge of how it works, but I just don't think, I mean, you can do as much education or whatever as you want, that shit's just not going away. I'm not taking this Scythe of Curses. And I could go more in depths on that sort of thing, but if you do genetic engineering, yeah, that's awesome, bro. Can you mess around with CRISPR and make me live forever? I'd really like that, bro. We don't know enough to fuck around with it. Well, that's what I'm no expert like you, but that's everything that I've read has indicated to me that we can't even really isolate, you know, like we can say, okay, well, this gene has something to do with intelligence, and please correct me if I'm wrong. We can say something like, okay, this gene has something to do with intelligence, but then if you mess with it, 30 other things happen that you didn't really expect. So, seems pretty dangerous to me. But, I mean, I don't know, are you even allowed to criticize the idea of multiculturalism? Would that get you banned from Twitch if you were to say something negative about it? I don't know. So, I find it easier to just not run the risk of having a conversation about it, unfortunately. And that is the true chilling effect. And one of the reasons why it is so frustrating, there are certain, it's so frustrating that these thin-skinned lefty types are in charge, because you can't have an open and honest conversation about certain topics. It's not possible. There's always someone waiting in the wings. Oh, that's a forbidden opinion. You said a naughty thing. Guess we're gonna have to silence you. And that's how Google acts. That's how Twitter acts. That's how Facebook acts. Generally, they'll let you do your thing until you become popular enough. But if you're saying things that are sort of against the gestalt, and you have a big enough audience, suddenly you become a danger to the hive mind, and then they get rid of you, basically, metaphorically speaking. I mean, you're still alive, but you've been unpersoned as far as the internet is concerned. I don't really need to ice blast here, but I'm concerned about these big weapons. Keep calling Facebook and Google lefties, but most of the lefties you know hate both Facebook and Google. I mean, God, I can't begin to tell you the amount of mental energy I'm expending right now trying to figure out what it is I can and can't say about this. Because I would like to give a bunch of examples of leftist bullshit that these companies push for. But some of them, I feel like if I criticized it at all, my account would be at risk. Talk to me on Discord and about this. I'm not trying to dismiss you or whatever, but it's just like, this is just too dangerous of a topic. If you say something insufficiently leftist about some of these topics, if you point out some of the obnoxiously far left things that these companies do, and you do it in a negative way, another eye making sure you don't breach terms of service. Well, I've been shit-canned from enough platforms that I know that these people, I'm sure that the people at Twitch have better things to do than to keep an eye on me, but I'm also sure that there are people watching this stream right now who would like nothing more than to have me banned. I know this because, they sit around in my Discord trying to get, looking for shit to report, because I've had friends of mine have their accounts banned because they said something that was like a couple inches away from the terms of service, and if you're anywhere close to it, then I guess that's enough. Like, they mentioned some guy's real name, and they somehow turned that into doxing, even though the dude is like a public figure who has his name and career on a website that you can look up. Like, that's not doxing, dude. That's public information that he's putting out there. Talked about the removal of OG PogChamp to death. Yeah, it's beating a dead horse a little bit at this point. A lot of interesting weapons here. We don't need them because we're just kind of using this dagger, but this would have been cool if we had found this a little earlier. PogChamp did this. Well, we're living in this hyper-politicized kind of atmosphere right now, and hey, let's enchant up the shield. That's good. It's just impossible to get away from. You can't even get on Twitch and play a video game, really, without being reminded that these people are in control of everything. Let's walk away, because random energy could happen. Plus, he dies of poison. Neoliberal, sure. And I gotta tell you, if the left wanted to unite with me and take a big shit on neoliberals and drive them out of business through boycotts and whatever else, sure, I'm right there with you, man. I think pretty much everybody can unite behind the idea that neoliberals are the biggest problem. But here's my issue, is that the neoliberals are far more friendly with leftist ideas, and very happy to, it may not be genuine support, but nevertheless, they will always put out these little statements, holy shit, this is not good. Oh no, oh, okay. Oh yeah, I absolutely, have certain socialist ideas, but it would have to be under very particular circumstances that I can't really discuss here. Fuck, man, I should have done something different before he was zerked. I was just playing too fast. The amount of damage possible here is outrageous. The shield should save us, but it might not. Invis is not going to save us here. It would help, but maybe Lignify. Lignify would guarantee I take less damage. Well, I think I would lignify before Potion Petition. Remember, there's no agility, so no matter what I do, no matter what I get out of the Potion Petition, unless it's Invis, then I'm taking like a full-ass hit. Being hasted would be good. Here's our options. I've gotten myself into a real pickle. So we have a 26% chance of enslave. That's a shitty option. We're not doing that. There is the net play. Probably he just rips right out of it if I even manage to hit him. If I don't hit him, then we're in a horrible situation. So net's probably not right. Polymorph is 26% too. All the hexes are the same percent chance, so except for disintegrate. So poly's not right. What's his max hit? His max hit without Berserk would be 30 plus 20 is 50, so his max hit kills me, 75 damage. It's very unlikely for him to get that much, but it could happen. He'd have to hit 3 attacks for max damage. Lignify would cut that down by a massive, massive amount, because I would have GDR and I would have big AC. I wouldn't be dodging anything, but I'd still have the shield. So Lignify is kind of a comedy option, but it's also maybe the best option. Invis is an option. Telly is an option. Please stop trolling me, Enish. Lignify, what are you talking about? It doesn't add that much armor. It adds like 20 armor. I get like 20 AC and then like 50% GDR. It's enormous. How much money do I have? That's what's going to determine this. We have enough money to Potion Petition 4, 8, 12, 16, 4 times. I sure wish we had Blink Scroll. Problem is, if I go tree form, I'm committed at that point. Like, it's over. We can't teleport. We have to kill Snorg. So if we went tree form, we would probably proceed to Potion Petition and take heals and hastes and stuff. I don't care about the Wraith. I will not be slowed. Well, the thing is we're in a hallway, so the Wraith isn't going to bother me. If I go tree form, that's whatever. Thing about tree form is I do have a lot of unarmed combat, so if we took off the dagger, we could kill Snorg really quickly in tree form. Jesus Christ, this situation sucks ass. We need to check and see what benefits we get out of Invis. Does it actually add anything to my EV? Because I don't know. Have their accuracy reduced by 35%. Invis is the play. Invis is the play. That also means that Potion Petition immediately might be the play, but we have Invis available, so we're going to drink. Okay. Now, we have 4 points of stealth, so if I go up and to the right, there is a chance that Snorg doesn't just chase me. We're definitely in the death zone right now. We could die. It's very bad. Due to one simple misclick, really. Where I saw Snorg and took one move and then he zerked. It's my fault. I'm doing my best, Vidiots, Mom. If we had blink, we'd be okay, but I'm not about to random scroll. We don't have heal wounds available. If I had heal wounds, that would get me at least one more turn away from this dickhead. It's gotta be potion petition. Okay, this is perfect. Oh, this is perfect. We got heal wounds, haste, and resistance, so we will not die this turn. Impossible to die this turn. Based. Oh, we saved it. All right. Goodbye. Eat shit. Gold distract also helped us a bit there. I'm not going to take a poll for a life or death situation. That's my job to fix, man. Let's finish this dickhead off, yeah? Thing is, I am just as fast as Snorg, because I'm hasted. Okay, so that was only slightly luck-based. Okay, we basically didn't roll as poorly as possible, so we got out. There were two pieces of RNG there that went in our favor. Number one is that first round of attacks after I invised. Probably low-rolled a little bit, although, I mean, it was expected for him to miss a bunch of moves. That didn't have to happen. Gozag seems far too powerful now. This is just, I mean, what does this have to do with Gozag is the thing. I mean, the food problem was already there. I would have been able to do that under the old system. In fact, Gozag is nerfed now more than improved, if you ask me, because I had to pay for that potion petition. If this was before the nerf, I would have gotten a free one. I do agree that Gozag is very strong, by the way, but the thing is that was the other piece of RNG I was going to mention, which is that, goodbye, -4 Ring of Evasion. I didn't realize I had more amulets and stuff here. It didn't have to offer me heal wounds and haste in the same batch. Every time you're doing potion petition, you are kind of submitting yourself to the mercy of the RNG, which is why people, look, I don't give a shit that the devs of this game arbitrarily changed Snorg to female. It's a fictional character, and because they wanted to make some kind of goofy change for the sake of slacktivism, I'm just not gonna go along with it, basically. It's not... I don't know if you know this, but Snorg is not a real person. There are no trolls in real life. And just because Ebering or whoever wanted to change the character in a way that was purely designed to push some kind of politics, doesn't mean that I have to go along with it. I am being a little silly. She could perma-confuse me with that Wand of Enslave. Or she could mesmerize me. We may need to teleport. We don't... Do we have RF Plus? Actually, we have RF Plus. So we're good to go, except we don't want to be in melee with her, because that's a broad axe of pain. If we just do this, though, she should just go down pretty easily. Here we go. Too bad we're not a broad axe, man. We'd have some endgame here. This is a very spicy floor, I must say. Well, that's the thing, is these lazy bastards didn't even bother to change the tile, so why am I supposed to take their changes seriously, you know? That's why I call it slacktivism. I mean, it's even lazier than normal slacktivism. Okay, this is a top-tier danger situation. We want to get rid of this Hornet, but he could become a Golden Eye. So we don't really want to... Marjorie's new. She's a new unique. Notice how I'm totally fine. Like, people will say that you're, like, a sexist or something. if you don't like these dumbass gender-swapped characters, but it's more like I just don't like lazy writing and lazy slacktivist bullshit. That's also not the unique I was thinking of. I was trying to put in Maggie. Like, I'm cool with Maggie existing. She's a girl. I don't give a shit. It's a new character. That's fine. Kind of an interesting challenge, actually, because of the mesmerize. Interesting mechanically, I mean. Okay, got him. Had to make sure I killed the Hornet before it got a chance to wreck me. Let's identify some scrolls. I really need to have Blink on this character for me to feel safe. That situation with Snorg could have killed me, so let's read some multi-stacks. We have Fear, that's helpful. We have Noise, it's good to get that out of the way. And we have Blink, cool, so we have 1 Blink. Cannot be greedy on a character like this when it comes to storing my scrolls away and waiting for Identify. You know, like, I'm going to be as greedy as possible on my resources. But yeah, I don't necessarily think that situation with Snorg. I mean, I would agree that Gozag is really powerful, possibly overpowered if you care about balancing the gods. At the same time, you could start with Trog and just beat the game that way. It'd be super easy. Sendergore, you're thinking of Marjorie. Maggie is a bit of a like a miniature Marjorie, basically. Marjorie's the one you're thinking of. She has Dragon Scale, she has Bolt of Fire, she has Fireball rather than Mesmerize, and she comes with Hell Knights surrounding her. Two different people. Similar names. We found Orc before Lair. But yeah, like that Snorg situation could have been solved by a lot of different gods. If you had enough invocations on Zen, simply reciting might have made him confused long enough for you to walk away. I could have potion petitioned and gotten nothing, that's true. Or a bunch of crap I didn't want. I could have, let's see, what other gods would have bailed me out there? If I had the Blink spell combined with any number of god abilities, I could have gotten out, like Blink spell plus Zen Imprison. I guess I've named Zen twice there, but Zen's just really good for survival. Rue, I could have Apocalypsed if I had that by then. Chabriatos, we just spam Slouch, probably would have died before that worked, though. Apocalypse with Kazlal. Uskawa, if we had enough stuff built up. Get the para, although that situation probably wouldn't have happened there. Tempt, Distort, Read, Telly. Yeah, Tempt, Distort, Telly would be the way to get out with Che, good point. So with Che, you probably would be okay. Hebli Akana, I probably could have just swapped with my Ancestor and walked away. Redamule, just summon dudes and walk into them. Now there's dudes between you and the enemy. Just gotta survive 1 turn, which is what we had to do anyway. Trog, Berserk, and kill. Lagonu, just fucking banish Snorg instantly. Has a chance of working, at least. I mean, there's just a lot of different stuff you could have done with a lot of different gods. Gozag really looked great in that situation, but a lot of it was just because the potion, I rolled the right potions. I was thinking of another good one, but I can't, oh yeah, Nemelex, just have the right deck and use it. Degeneration card immediately turns Snorg into a goblin. I don't know if Degeneration card still exists. Just have the right cards. Easy, bro. I mean, by now you should have, like, a whole lot of decks, right? Can I melee a regular troll? Come on, bro. I killed the king of the trolls. Surely that means I can just own regular trolls. Of course, I didn't melee Snorg to death. Rupert Troll. Oh god, hey, let's tab into a two-headed ogre, you guys. Let me play real smart. The smartest DCSS player of all time. Tabs into two-headed ogre. Yeah, that's on purpose, Dankest. Let's do this at max range. Oh no! That auto-explore. Yeah, that was Bacillus. Oh, Jesus Christ. I really just want to end up with him, like, at the edge of the screen, you know? Here we go. Maybe we can use darts. One piece of acid, it didn't quite work. One more. I'm willing to burn one more. Okay, he's almost dead. He should die to the poison. Just kidding. Flame? Okay, fine. Ice Blast. Done. Aralek. Uh-oh. Electric damage and we don't have Aralek. Jesus, this is the worst floor. Of course, we're on D11. We got the absolute latest layer possible is the thing, so of course we're dealing with horribly dangerous things. In fact, I broke my fundamental rule, which is that I didn't go into layer immediately. Yeah, we can... Hey, man, what's up? We can polymorph to change his color, but he's still going to... I mean, that would be ideal to change the damage, but... the damage type, but he's still probably going to kick my ass in melee, so I think we open up with acid and see if we can't just do enough damage to kill him instantly. With that and a couple... because the thing is, like, polymorph is guaranteed to change color, so let me just do that. Okay, that's good. Let me Ice Blast for increased damage. I'm going to do this one more time. Okay, I'm probably safe to Ice Blast to finish him. Even if he hit me for full damage, 2 Ice Blasts was gonna wreck him before I died. So no need to blow Poly. Not that Poly is a resource I need to conserve, but... Silver Javelins had a chance of missing, so I didn't want to fool with it. I am burning through Ice Blast, it's true. It's gonna make Lair Hydras kind of obnoxious. I'm overtraining shields like a madman, which is going to be helpful in there, but... You know, gosh, should I just train some throwing? If we start running out of wands, I think I'm going to train some throwing. We're okay for now, though. Oh, no. Train dodging? Yeah, I probably should do that, actually. Oh man, that is the correct thing to do. Okay, let's see if our shield's going to bail us out here. Based. Thing about this dagger, you know, even though I've trained all this unarmed combat, another reason I want to have it on is it gives me MR+, you know? But yeah, this is not a character that can just tab his way through Yanks blindly like some of the other ones I've been playing. This guy has to be a little more careful. So even for little baby monsters like Yaks, I gotta go into kill holes, sort of. Fight them one-on-one. Okay, we'll remove the attention. We got +4 protection, that's pretty sweet. Does lignification work here? Yeah, lignification would work very, very well against cane toads, formerly spiny frogs. How do you fix your 1 AC? By turning into a statue. And by wearing rings, I guess, although if you want GDR, you want to turn into a statue. We just found some books, or at least we found them earlier. I must not have noticed. If I found this really early and didn't notice, then I misplayed horribly because it looks like Call Imp has been available to us. Ordinarily, I would be real excited about Lightning Spire, but I consider the spell basically not worth learning at this point because they've borderline ruined it. Hey, Adort. Yeah, I know, right? I know, right? Fucking Jesus Christ. There is no way that I've had it since D3 in Honey Badger, I would have noticed. It's just you can't get away from it, man. You cannot escape this crap. You'll look at it and you'll like it. Huh. At this point, it's probably still worth it to get some kind of summon, just to walk out of hallways and stuff. Honestly, comically, Call Imp alone is good enough to kill Hydras. You might not believe that, but if you were able to get a number of white imps, you can have them just throw frost at the Hydras and win. Ooh, this is dangerous as shit. Please don't blink behind me. These guys do 20 damage a pop, and they attack quickly. Well, I'm glad I didn't mistake these 5 potions of attraction for heal wounds. Okie dokie. Got another identify, sweet. Still no heal wounds, that's okay. Okay, we have a gauntlet. I sincerely and seriously doubt that we have the power to successfully do a gauntlet. Oh, the brainworms, oh no. I remember those. I hope so, Jikaru. I mean, it's just they want to shove the shit down your fucking throat. You just cannot get away from the double whammy of censorship and political pandering, you know? Well, what did you think there were? Did you think there were brakes on this train, Adort? Did you think they were going to slow down? Can I do that? That does not appear to be a real command, Derek. Unless I typoed. How do we defeat a Death Yak on this character without using resources? He attacks and he walks backwards is what he does. That takes a good long while. And we're trying to get to this damn... He banned what now? What is that? Oh, did he get banned from Twitch for that? Just teleport. I don't want to burn Telly. Oh, hello. That's a new monster. You have Foxfire, don't you? Marshlight. What the fuck? It's just Foxfire, isn't it? Yeah. 2x3d14. Are you shitting me? Okay, so 14, 28, 42 damage times 2. They can do my... Wait, let me do that again. 28, 38, 42, 84 damage. Well, it didn't have that horseshit spell. 84 damage. Remove the Ring of Ice. I guess we have our first Neo new swamp. Are you... It's resistant to cold! Ah! Well, Wisps, Will-o'-the-Wisps, or whatever they were called, used to be like a little lightning damage guy. Why is he resistant to cold? Are you kidding me? 40 HP? How are you supposed to safely engage with this thing? It doesn't look like it's possible to kill fast enough. It has infinite MR. Yeah, if you had Tremor Stones, I guess you could kill it quickly. I don't understand how you're supposed to safely engage with this. It could do 84 damage. Even with RF, you're taking potentially 42. You can't really lure him into a hallway because he blinks. I mean, you could, I guess, but that's not going to exist in Swamp. Ice Blast doesn't kill them quickly because they're resistant to cold. You could Ice Blast and probably get him after a couple tries, but they have 2 pips of evasion usually, but he's asleep, so there's none. I mean, Acid Wand maybe? We have Blink. I'm just going to Acid him. The Imps wouldn't do much. I mean, yeah, the Imps would help, but I want to kill him quickly and get him off the floor. Because I've taken away his AC, Ice Blast is sufficient. Yeah, we're going to be doing Swamp after whatever our other lair branch is, almost guaranteed. Okay, let's try to make it to this gauntlet. I want to see what's up there. What's the chance of me being petrified, by the way? 13%. Ice resistance is a bit silly. It's just some dude who's like, I'm gonna have my monsters be good in every way possible. We can find out. No, just resistant to fire. Acid magic is the best magic. The power of the acid wand. Alrighty, so there's, I guess, only one path. Oh, interesting. This is the one where I think that at any moment you can bail by taking the portals at the bottom. And then you end up, well, that's how I think mouth breathers sound. So we take this portal, not to be confused with nerds. We take one of these portals, we end up out. So I can leave at any moment, as long as we can beat the Minotaur, which is, probably going to need to burn and Viz on, I guess. But can we even defeat this? Like, it's already spicy right at the very first room with this bullshit, like Spectral Seven-Headed Hydra, Death Scarab. I mean, good God, that's already ugly as hell. Let's do a little search for items. I don't see any artifacts. I don't see any artifacts at all. Had this vault today with the exact same enemies. Wow, really? I see File of Floods. That would be handy, I guess. An amulet could be good. Some identify. There's a book, which if it's stat form, certainly we wouldn't want to give up on it. Cock carousel. Anything to die for? Well, that's there's nothing worth dying for in this game, but there's certainly nothing worth dying for in this vault. I think we're going to have to do the whole better part of Valor play. However, if I could get past this room, we have our core, so this room wouldn't be so bad. We have our C if we want, so we can do this room pretty easily, even with the Ice Devil. This is just some freaking skulls, easy enough to crush. And this room could be kind of annoying with the orange statue. But we could just skip that room. So I think we can do this as long as we can come up with a solution to this room. Which is a really nasty room. Do we have Holy Word? No. Hey, blokes. Well, thank you for coming by the stream. First room is bullshit in general, even without 5 AC. think we would have to have haste for one. I assume I'll come throw again. I hope not. Lignify would... Did you know that there are many ways that you can help support this channel? Read about them on rosecrypto.com/support. At Rose Crypto, you can learn all about cool things like the Brave web browser, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.